Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend and had a great day. I treated myself today to yet another movie. As you know, I signed up for the A-listers, the AMC A-listers, so I get four movies per week for free. So all of my movies except for one this year have been free. So I've been hitting the movies every weekend, and the movie that I saw this week, and I could not wait. I bought my ticket as soon as tickets went on sale. I bought my movie for this ticket because it looks. I've seen the trailers many times, quite a few times. I love the trailers. I read and I heard nothing but good reviews, like positive reviews for the movie. So I went to see I Love Boosters today. It opened this weekend. It opened yesterday. I went to see I Love Boosters today. It stars has a stacked cast, like a stellar cast, great cast. Keke Palmer, Naomi Ackie, Taylor Page, Poppy Liu, Eliza Gonzalez, Lakeith Stanfield, Will Poulter. Also, it has Don Cheadle and Demi Moore. It's written and directed by Boots Riley. This is his sophomore film. And a little bit about it, it's a fashion heist movie. So the Boosters are a group of women who steal fashions from high-end stores and sells them at a discount. And then Demi Moore's character, Demi Moore plays a character named Christy Smith. She is a white high-end fashion designer who basically takes people's ideas, and she ends up stealing one of Corvette's design ideas. Corvette is Keke Palmer's character. And once that happens, she's like, oh no. She's not even about stealing things. It's about getting her back. And then you also, so that once they introduce Poppy Liu's character, then that kind of adds in an element of a science fiction. You have all different kind of genres in this movie. And I'm not going to put anything else out there, any spoilers, but Lakeith Stanfield's character, with him, you kind of get a little bit of a vampire. So it's all over the place. It's very colorful. It's very funny. I knew it was going to be hilarious heading in because I laughed quite a bit during the trailers, and I knew it was going to be very colorful. And I knew the cast was going to do great, but I wasn't sure what the message was going to be. And I'm not going to give the message away, but it did deal with a lot of different issues. Some that are very relevant right now. And they don't even, when they talk about them, they don't hit you over the head with it, but it's there and you know it's there. They deal with community, capitalism, classism. Also, it takes a look at how fast fashion uses cheap labor and fast fashion's negative health effects on the people who are making these fashions. And there were also even a couple of moments that kind of hit me as someone who worked retail coming right out of college. Will Poulter plays this manager who is, everybody in this movie was very good, but he plays the perfect kind of asshole elitist manager. So that took me back. But it's chaotic, it's colorful, It's creative. It is different from any other film that's out there. It's all over the place. It really is all over the place, but at the same time, it takes a look at some very important issues. And I myself, honestly, I would rather see something like I Love Boosters that is very original rather than seeing like a remake or a sequel, a reboot, something like that. I would 100 times out of 100 rather see something that is original. And this is the absolute most original movie you're going to see. Did I like it? I really did love this movie. There was so much good about it. The script, for one, was excellent. If this doesn't get nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, then then the Academy has lost its mind, because Best Original Screenplay, there should be a nomination for Boots Riley. The set production, once again, should be nominated. Phenomenal. The costumes, and I'm going to say this movie right here has, so far, of all the movies that I've seen, this movie has the best costumes, the best fashion. And I'm saying that with Devil Wears Prada being out in the movie, being out in the theaters. This has the fashion and the costumes in this. They're so colorful, and they're chef's kiss. They're amazing. Especially there's one scene where the four women, I believe it's the four women, and they are going out to Boost. And in this montage, they have, I think it's like three different sets of outfits, and they're amazing. Like each one of them, especially the one that Keke Palmer wears, and it's like head to toe floral, but it's not in an expected way. It's amazing. If there's not a nomination for best costumes in this, I would be completely surprised. The cinematography, amazing. The music was one of my favorite parts of this. The music was perfect. It was quirky. It was done by, the score was done by Tune Yards. And Boots Riley had said there's also 5 songs that are by Keke Palmer. The cast was stacked. Keke Palmer was amazing. Naomi Ackie. Demi Moore was perfect as the villain. I don't know if she would be nominated for Best Supporting, but she was very two-dimensional, very evil, and she was just like, she dealt in cultural theft, because her designs really weren't hers. And that's another thing that this film deals with. It's cultural theft. And so everything about this, everything about this was almost perfect. The only thing, there were a couple scenes that kind of confused me. There was one in the third part of this film that I was like, what? Oh, what? But as I said before, this is a roller coaster. This is an absolute roller coaster of visuals and story ideas. And I loved it. I really did. This is a movie that I feel like it might not be for everyone, but go in with an open mind, because listen, there was probably about 6 or 7 people in the theater. And I noticed that less than halfway through, 2 people got up and just left. And I couldn't understand why. It wasn't, I mean, maybe it wasn't their cup of tea. Okay. But stay. I mean, maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised. Go in with an open mind, and I think you'll be happy that you did, because I Love Boosters to me was the most original movie of the year. And once again, I'll always say that I would 100 times out of 100 rather see a movie with an original concept. And Boots Riley, this is the first movie that I've seen of his. Will I see more of his movies? I will, because they're creative and they're original. And even if there's some things that might not work, I would much rather have somebody out there making movies that is taking a chance. And in one of his interviews, he says that he wanted to make a movie that was something that needs to be shown on the big screen, that like when he would go to the movies, he would see movies with like these large colors popping out at him, and just a movie that begs to be made and seen on the big screen. And he wanted it to be kind of like a carnival. And that's what it was. And I like, honestly, would I say every single thing about it was perfect? No. Like I said, there was one scene where I was like, you kind of lost me here. What's this then? Huh? But I loved it. I loved it because, once again, it's original, it's creative, and he's saying something. He's giving you the visuals, but then he's also giving you a message. I also hope that when you see movies that are black led and made by black filmmakers, I mean, we've seen 3 so far this year. There was You, Me, and Tuscany. There was currently out right now is God Is, which I would love to see. I hear nothing but great things about that. Is God Is, and now I Love Boosters. And I'm hoping that this leads to more movies on large screens. And running for more than like a week or two. You know, I'm hoping that more people go out to see these independent black-led films, so that more black filmmakers have the opportunity for their work to be seen. You know, I mean, I would much rather see, like I said, a creative, original film over a large blockbuster that is just made because they want to make money. Because this isn't, when you go into I Love Boosters, or when you go into a movie like Is God Is, it's obvious that they're making the movie because they want this message out there. And they're not just making it, nothing against like the large blockbusters, because I'm going to go see large blockbusters as well. But I mean, there's sometimes when you go to movies and you're like, are they just making this to make money? Is this just to make money? Like these Marvel movies and so I really did enjoy I Love Boosters. And there was at one point, I was sitting there, because I have been going to more movies now that I have A-listers. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, you know, this right here, you know that I absolutely love being at home. I'm a homebody, but the only other place I would rather be is the movies. You walk in and you're sitting there and you have your popcorn and your drink, and you're just sitting there, and the lights go off and the movie comes on, and for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever, you're in another world, and everything that is, all your troubles that are on the outside, and you're in the movies, and you're just in like another world. And it just feels so like, just so, so comfortable. And like, it's like you're at home, you know what I mean? And that's how I felt today during when I Love Boosters started. Like, I was like, okay, let's get this movie on, and let's see some great filming. Let's see some creativity. And I Love Boosters, that's another thing. When you see this, it's going to spike your creativity, and it's just gonna, it makes you, it kind of makes you feel good. I mean, there's, like I said, there's a little bit of, there's a genre in here for everybody. There's some comedy, there's some horror, there's some sci-fi, there's messages, there's fashion, there's color. It's great music. The acting is awesome. The script, everything, it all works. So I Love Boosters. I'm going to give out of 5. I'm going to give I Love Boosters a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy this movie. So listen, if you have seen I Love Boosters, let me know in the comments what you thought. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world, so it comes right back at you. Please, let's spread some kindness. It is needed. And let's always treat others the way that you would want to be treated. Also, if you are in a dangerous situation, please know, Dolly and I are always sending out our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy so that you make it through. Love you guys, and I will probably see you tomorrow. I don't know what for. No, I kind of do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye guys. Bye.